Debonair. Okay.
Good, y'all. Shout out to Notification Gang for hitting the like button. And the video didn't even start yet. There's ones in it. I appreciate you anyway. Shout out to y'all, man. Y'all are the goats. If you haven't already, please make sure you add me on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. All the information is in the description. All the links are in the about page. Y'all go ahead, y'all click away. I had somebody send me like a few of her videos on TikTok. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to cover all the videos because it was a lot. It was like 6 or 7. We'll see. Let's try to cover the first two just to see. We'll see. We'll see what happens as far as like the momentum carrying us into the next video. We'll see what happens. But basically, this video is going to be about a lady who's teaching her daughter. We don't know the daughter's age, but it just says daughter. How to properly. I'm still trying to process. She's teaching her daughter how to properly ask men for money, which is kind of weird. But I'm like, all right, let's just watch for context just in case we could, because maybe there's something that we missed or is missing, right? But let's get into it, y'all.
Today, my daughter learned 2 very important lessons about life. Number 1, don't use your money when you can use a man's. And number 2, men be lying, okay, constantly. Let me tell you what happened. She got a slip home from school today that said she needed $10 for a field trip. I said, cool, I got $10, but then I thought, you know what? Now would be the perfect opportunity to teach her. You don't have to pay for nothing when you have men in your life, right? So I said, we're going to call all the boys. We're calling uncle, we're calling both grandpas, and we're calling your dad. All right. So we start with papas because papas, they're the easiest ones, right? Start them slow, guaranteed results. First papa, she doesn't quite know that you can't just ask for money on the hello, right? So as soon as he answers, she goes, hi, papa, I need money. Luckily, this is the papa, he really don't give a damn, you know? He said, how much you need? She said $10. He said, cent. She sees that it pops up in my text thread. She says, thanks, papa. Okay, next. Click. He texted me, he said, did she say next? I said, yeah, she did. So I have to teach her to be a little bit more subtle. So I say, when this papa answers, ask about his day. Then ask for money. So she does. He answers. She says, hi, papa, how was your day? He says, my day was good, sugar. How was yours? She said, my day was good. I need money. She did ask about his day. All right, we're working on it. He says, okay, how much you need? She said, I need $10. He said, what's this for? She said, a field trip. He said, what do you need to buy? Now, at this point, I'm realizing it's too many questions happening. I'm going to have to talk to him about that. But he does send the money. She opens a text to her. She said, did you send it yet? He said, no. How do you want me to send it? She said, Apple Pay. So he does send it. She sends him a cute little voice message and says, Papa, you're the best. And she gets her money. Now she's excited. She hyped. She's like, oh, I only needed 10. Now I got 20. Let's keep going. She calls her dad.
Okay, before, okay. I hope to any woman that's watching this, and I say this wholeheartedly, I hope that you are never doing so bad in life that you can't afford a goddamn $10 field trip. Whether you believe you should or should not spend that type of money, regardless, don't even matter. It's just the fact that, and I don't have any kids yet, but if I had a child and my daughter or son came to me and said, hey, dad, $10 gets me in this field trip. All right, boom, there you go. Keep the change. That's how I'm thinking. That's how I'm moving. Not, granted, I'm not a woman, obviously, but not, oh, okay, let's call 4 different people and ask them for $10 each. That's just so weird to me, bro. Like, I would. That's the only thing that's popping in my head. I'm thinking, I'm like, well, why you have to call somebody to ask for $10? It'd have been different if it was like 100, hell, 1,000. I'd have been like, all right, cool. I ain't gonna lie, $1,000, bro. That's kind of rent money. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hell, my rent double that, but that's a little bit. It's a little bit up there. You know what I'm saying? But damn, bro, what are you? You're trying to teach your daughter something, but I'm sitting there thinking to myself, well, you can start by Let's keep going. Let's. So you got $20, ma'am. It should have ended after the first call, but again, you're trying to teach your child how to be goddamn greedy. Teach your daughter how to be happy with what she has. How about that? How about starting there with that lesson? You got $20 now. Even better, you got double what you wanted at first. Now you want to keep going? What are you trying? What is it exactly you're trying to prove? Let's keep going.
Her dad answers and gives her a whole lecture about how she shouldn't be asking for money. I don't like that,
Yeah.
right? Not only that, her dad says he's going to send it at the end of the call after this long lecture, and he never sends it, right? She checking, he don't send it. She said, I call him back? I said, no, we don't ask twice for money. You never ask twice, right?
You're gonna ask the first time, but let's keep going.
So she said, okay, uncle. Call uncle. He answers. She says, hi, uncle. How was your day? Great. My day was good too. Can I ask you something? Can I have some money? Perfect. Perfect. He says, of course. How much you need? She says, $10. He said, how you want me to send it? She says, Apple Pay. Sends it right on the spot. Not only that, she learned how to request it. So all he had to do was press accept. I said, my girl's learning. She's a quick study. Okay. He sends the money. Now at this point, she got $30. She's hype. Real hype. She said, but wait, my dad didn't send me nothing yet. I said, let me look. I checked. I said, you're right. He ain't sent nothing. She said, he lied. I said, did he? She said, yeah. I don't like that because he said he was going to send money and he ain't send the money. Should I call him back? I said, no. Remember, we don't ask twice for nothing. Okay. She said, well, I'm going to have to tell him about lying because we don't lie. Period, Gray. Period. We don't lie. She said, I really don't like that because that's my dad. How he can't send me $10? Right. How he can't send you $10? She said, he got $10, right? I said, and he do? And he do? She said, men be lying. You're learning fast.
Shout out to the father. Shout out to the father. And this is the reason why I preach often, y'all boys, right? This is why I preach often as far as being selective with who you're messing with, who you get pregnant, who you're marrying, who's in your circle in general, but who you're marrying, who you're messing with when it comes to a goddamn woman. This is who you want raising your daughter. The father said it correct. Why are you calling people asking for money? What's happening? You don't need to be doing that. I would think to myself, again, I don't have kids yet. I would think to myself the first time, the very, very first instant that my child would figure out, hey, I need money to do ABC 1, 2, 3. The first person you're supposed to be calling is me, not calling two uncles and grandpa and this person and that person, da 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 da. Number one. Number two, you got the money the first time you asked when we were asking when she asked her grandpa, I almost said papa, her grandpa. You got it the first time. That's over with. It's done. $10 complete. Mission is over. All right, cool. Nah, what did she say? Next. The grandpa text like, what the hell is she? What she mean next? She about to call somebody else? That's a fact. That's weird as hell. That you are using your child to pull in money for what? I don't understand it. Let's get into part two, man. Again, I don't think I'm gonna cover all 5, 6, 7 videos. We'll get into part two. We'll see what happens, and then maybe get into part three.
20 years old, I had this 54-year-old man who I used to let. One thing I will not be doing is instilling hyper-independency into my daughter. I worked too long to deconstruct that idea in myself to where I felt comfortable enough to let a man buy me dinner and not feel like I was obligated to give him anything in return. So no, I won't be perpetuating that onto my child. She will understand that she is worth dinner and so much more. And there's not a damn thing she needs to give in return. Now, I've seen a lot of people in my comment section saying that I need to make sure that I'm raising an independent girl because she can't depend on a man. Who said anything about dependency? Now, my daughter's reality is she can depend on the men in her life. She has several of them that she can depend on if she needs to. And it is not crazy for her to utilize the resources that have been afforded to her. I worked hard to put up a support system around me of men who would move hell and high water for her. She's allowed to call on them. There's nothing wrong with that. I understand that that is a privilege that is not afforded to many women, but it is a privilege that mine has. And she will utilize. And I will teach her she is allowed to utilize that without feeling any sort of bad about it. She doesn't need to have shame about the fact that there are men in her life that she can depend on.
Well, that's not the point, ma'am. I don't think I can make it to the next video, but that's not the point that I'm trying to make. Let me say that I can't speak for everybody else out there, but for me, I am not trying to make that point. You know, but let me say what I gotta say towards the end of the video. It's because it's just and it's just weird to me. You got the $10. I don't understand what you had to sit there and contact more men for. Oh, my baby's a fast learner. My baby's a fast learner. All that stupid ghetto ass nonsense, which is the reason why you're in the situation that you're in the first place of being a goddamn single mother, number one. But number two, having to ask other men around you that you work so hard to build to help out. I would think, ma'am, as a grown ass goddamn woman, you would have been able to pay for the $10. That is the point that I'm trying to make. Whether you have a village or you don't have a village, regardless, you decided to lay on your back and have this goddamn child. Why are you sitting there talking about uncle this and grandpa that and whatever? No, the only person that you should have asked, if you were to ask anybody, was the baby father. That should have been the first person that you started and the only person that you started with. Outside of you immediately saying, baby, don't worry, I'm going to pay these $10. Let's keep going, man.
I expect her to use the resources that I worked hard to provide. Now, when my daughter becomes old enough, she will work out of option, not obligation. She's got a trust fund and a college fund, and we're not getting shit out the mud around here. I actually don't have any mud. I have a very well manicured yard out back, half an acre, that I spend a lot of money for other people to upkeep. This is a life that I worked hard to provide for her.
Is this a life that you worked hard or the other men worked hard to provide for? You just so happen to to gain access to that. Because a lot of the time, and listen, y'all boys, a lot of these women, bro, they try to make it seem like they're so goddamn independent. And honestly, if I'm being brutally honest, y'all, they're not. A lot of these girls are, or a lot of these women, I should say, a lot of these women are women that I work with in both of my jobs, right? In my current job, as far as my full-time job, and then my other side job, my part-time job also too as well. I've met so many of them that will sit there and try to make it seem like they're just living the best life possible. And they are, because what? They're living rent-free. They don't have to pay for this, damn thing. I got a coworker that's right now, my immediate colleague, who's still living at home with her mommy and daddy. Mind you, this girl, she's older than me. She's about 36, 38 years old. Don't pay no rent. Her dad bought her car. Her mom cooks her food every goddamn day, packs her lunch and all that. Mind you, she damn near 40. But will sit there stunting in front of all these other dudes and got the nerve to say, oh, Dad, if a man ain't got this, if a man can't do this, that, I don't want to talk to him. She got an acre out back. You got all these things. Ma'am, that's cool. You got all that. That's cool. That's fine. What does that have to do with you properly teaching your child, first of all, about begging, but to be happy with what you have? Why couldn't you pay the $10? I'm still stuck on that.
Just because I struggle doesn't mean my daughter needs to. And my mom struggled a whole lot more than I did. That's being a parent. If you do it right, your kids should never have to see a day that you've seen. I'm a little concerned about a lot of the people in my comment section saying that I should make my 5-year-old earn $10 to go on a school field trip. Physical labor for a scholastic event?
Let's do one more video, man. Let's do one more. I'm about done, but let's do one more.
When I was 20 years old, I had this 54-year-old man who I used to let come over and fold my clothes with me in them, girl. I mean, I had his name saved in my phone as laundromat because he could cycle through a couple different loads in one sitting. I mean, that man could go and go and go. And if I remember correctly, this is the man who actually showed me I had a little rent cycle on me.
What the hell just happened?
He showed me and had a faucet on the girl. I mean, oh, he opened my eyes to so many things. But this is the only man I ever really kept a full secret. Like nobody knew. My roommate didn't know. My friends didn't know. We kept it so under wraps. One, because we worked together. He was the head chef at a restaurant that I was waitressing and bartending at the time. So we couldn't tell our coworkers, and nobody could know that we were involved with each other because I didn't want him to lose his job and I needed my job. Two, because of his age, obviously. I didn't want my friends judging me. Also, this man was like 5'5", bald, but that wasn't a surprise to my friends. I loved a bald man. I used to butter that scalp, girl. Oh my God. Anyway, and he was chocolate, right? But the most important thing, I knew his son pretty well. I mean, knew his son pretty well, and I couldn't break him like that. I couldn't tell him I took his.
I'm so confused. What is happening? Is this the same woman? I say this all the time, y'all. These are the women that's allowed to have and raise children. This is scary. This is scary. I have little brothers, right? I'm the oldest. Everybody know me. I'm old, technically seven of us. I'm the oldest out of six, right? Oldest out of six. My youngest brother is in middle school. Um, I was having a conversation with one of my old brothers because he be talking to whatever little girls he be talking to, and he was telling me all these issues that he's been experiencing. How again, my brother's he just turned 18 not too long ago. Um, he's telling me about how he's dating this chick and dating that chick and the problems that he's experiencing and what's been happening, all this, that, and the third. And I sat there thinking to myself, bro, how are you going through these issues at 17? But then I instantly remember, damn, I was going through these problems at 17. Girls who was sitting next to me riding on a goddamn school bus who had all these crazy ass dating expectations. What is happening? So let me get to the next video, man, because I just I'm not understanding what's happening right now. Why am I watching these videos?
I just got a you up text from a man that I rode one time back in May. Ain't rode him since. Left him where he was. Why did I leave him where he was? Because I found his wallet and he had told me he was 24 going on 25. Y'all know I'm 28, so that's even a little young for me. Turns out his ID said he was 21. He was 21. Baby, he still had a student ID card in his wallet. He still has a meal plan. He lives in a dorm in the college down the street. I didn't know that. He lied about all that. I did not know that he was that young. Had I known that, I would have not licked his booty hole. I would have saved that for someone who could handle it. I would not.
It's like I'm telling y'all, there's like I don't know what. It's like this pain right here, and then like right here on both sides, right here. Oh God, bro. Let me. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Let me finish this.
Not have rode that man from dusk till dawn the way that I did. But I had just got back, landed my plane from Vegas, and was still a little tipsy. So I was giving him cornstar treatment, okay? I would not have done that had I known he was 21. Now he around here acting like a raid-resistant roach. I cannot get rid of this man. I done told him 15 ways till Sunday that, baby, I am too grown for you. Find a girl your own age. I got a kid, I got a house, I got a car, I got all these things. You still live in a dorm. It's too grown for you around here. I can't get rid of this man. I should have never licked him down there.
Yeah, I'm done, man. These are the decibels that's able to raise these damn kids. Yeah, yeah, ma'am. Teach your daughter how to ask men for money and to beg and to do all these things. Go for it, man. Go for it. I am genuinely scared for my little brothers. I'm scared for these young men that's coming up into the dating world now that has to deal with girls that had mothers just like this, these Jezebels. Goddamn Jezebels. So you was young as hell, best with an old ass 50-year-old dude, giving that no wonder why she a baby mama. No wonder why. No wonder. Now I understand. Matter of fact, let's get in, I think we got one more. Let's get into the next one. Let me see what the next one we're hitting for. Because now I'm invested now. This is crazy.
Y'all not eating ass? Y'all not licking the bowl after you done with your ice cream? That's just me? Oh, I thought we was all doing it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm dead ass. I thought, you get good and grown. You done all the vanilla shit. You try chocolate. I thought that's what we was doing. You play the game. You didn't beat Bowser. You moved to the next world. I didn't run out of shit to try. So one day I just was like, hey, when in Rome, I'm already down here. Let me lick a few extra inches. That's what I was on. I thought we was all there. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize I was supposed to be shameful of it. Well, y'all know I don't have no shame no way, so it really didn't matter. I would have told you anyway. But I just, I had no idea. This news to me, you know what I mean? But I'm not going to change it because I do it for the love of the game. I really do. I do it because it's for me. Once you get real good at your game, sometimes you don't have to hit the three-pointer. Sometimes you got to run up through the lane, dunk on them hoes, and hang on the rim. That's all I was doing. Learn something new every day, I guess.
Bro, you just gotta leave these. You just gotta okay, that's the last one. You just gotta leave these Jezebels where you find them, bro. I mean, if you want to have fun with them, go for it. I know her baby daddy embarrassed. Her baby daddy has to be embarrassed. I don't know. I don't even know what to say, honestly. I'm legit. I knew where I was going the first couple videos, but then when I got to the last couple videos, I didn't know what the hell was happening. I'm like, bro, what am I watching? Bro, listen, these women, they're allowed to raise kids, y'all. You gonna teach your daughter to lick the bowl too? You gonna teach your daughter to go a couple inches too? This is how stupid that they sound, y'all. It's actually terrifying. I'm actually terrified because 10 years, she said her daughter is 5. So 15 years from now, when her daughter is 20 years old, who will her daughter be? Because this is all on social media. Her daughter's probably going to be growing up watching her damn mama. Her daughter old enough to use and request and send out things on Apple Pay. I would imagine she will be growing up, and I'm not grown up, but she will know how to cycle through your TikTok videos. This is weird as hell. This is what you're posting. This is what you're sharing. Fellas, please be careful with who you're dating, who you're messing with. Properly vet them. I'm done, man. 'Cause now I wanted to record a couple more videos, but I got a headache now, and I'm done. I'm done, man. So I'm done for the day. I'll try again next week. I want y'all to comment down below. Let me know what you thought about this video, man. Thanks for watching. And until next time, please, man, be safe for her.